Hello and welcome to a stream of mine. This is basically Out of This World by Delphine Software and published by Virgin Games. Of course, the Genesis version, which we're looking at here. I would normally play the SNES version, but unfortunately, the frame rate on that version is pure shit. So what we're looking at here is basically the intro of the game. This is pretty much first generation CGI. Now, if you notice the hand animation there, you'll notice that part of it, the hand is missing. I don't think they've ever fixed that, even in the recent released versions of the game. Anyways, this game was made by Eric Chahi, I want to say. It could be pronounced Chihai. I don't know. I'm not good with names, and nor do I care. Anyways, he's a very well-known developer for this game. It was released on the Amiga, DOS machines, Genesis, Super Nintendo, 3DO, many different platforms. This was also known as Another World in the European regions, and it's also known as Outer World in Japan. So, anyways, we're watching this intro because it's, I guess, relevant to the story. Basically, he's running an experiment on a very stormy night, and unfortunately, nature doesn't like what he's doing. Therefore, she puts her ugly hand on his experiment, as we're about to see. Crack-a-boom. Now, I don't even know what the fuck. I guess it's about particle acceleration of sorts. But anyways, using particle acceleration plus lightning equals travel to another dimension or world? We don't know. I don't know, and I care, I guess, but I just don't understand the story. It's kind of like that same shit that fucking Back to the World was founded on. Anyways, let's get this started. Now, this is one of those definitely trial and error games. You gotta find out where you're going, how to get there, and it goes on from there. Now, this game has some very awkward controls, too. A is your attack, B is run, and C is jump. It doesn't really... The B and C works well, but I don't really like how the attack is the A button. Now, out of all the versions I have played, which would be the Super Nintendo, and this is, of course, the Genesis port, and then I forgot to mention the Sega CD port, I apologize about that. Sega CD actually had a sequel that was not made by Eric Chahi, or Ching, whatever the fuck his name is. Dickhole, there we go, Dickhole. Anyways, I'm going to see if I cleared out these worms, because this next part coming, you have to basically run away from this big old bowl looking thing. Oh my damn. And if you're not fast enough, he can actually catch up to you and eat you, but hopefully I won't have to deal with that. There we go. Now we got Tarzan over and then he run back. Now, when playing this game amongst the first time, I had no idea what the fuck to do or where to go. So, as a young lad, I would use Game Pro, and that helped me get through part of the game. Because, see, what happened is my dog actually, and this is true, my dog ripped the other part of the strategy guide. I think he was trolling me. Maybe, I don't know. Anyways, here's some more wonderful cutscenes. And you find out, when you wake up, who has helped you. And as you can see, he's an alien. Now, if you're interested in this game, they actually just re-released a copy of it called Another World Anniversary Edition, which I would suggest any fan of this game to pick up. He's also made, Eric, the developer, has also made Heart of Darkness for the PlayStation, which actually is said to be very good. Can't say I've played it, so I can't tell you. And there we go. Now we get our gun. Our wonderful laser, phaser, whatever. I have to say, for Genesis to pull this kind of work off is actually rather impressive. Because the SNES was well equipped for 3D and advanced graphics at the time. The Genesis wasn't. The Genesis is more or less a 1980s arcade board. But sure enough, excuse me, apparently the Genesis was well equipped to handle advances too. I call it the little 16-bit machine that could. I love the Genesis. I mean, the Super Nintendo, I love for nostalgic reasons. But I just couldn't say it's better than the... I can't say the Genesis is better than the Super and vice versa. Just can't do it. I will say that the Genesis, depending on the developer, really sucks in the sound department. But that's only if the developer doesn't know what they're doing. Now, there's a reason why I'm creeping here. Because, yeah, that will happen. Forgive me for dying. Let's go ahead and try this again. Listen, I'm not a long player, and I'm not a perfectionist at gaming. I just like to play games like most people. So, if you want to see perfection, you're on the wrong channel. I just play games and I like to talk about them. And don't ask me what those aliens say, because I have no idea. Sounds like he says, I missed him. And then, when you crash, your alien buddy says, my soba? What the fuck's a soba? I don't know. I don't speak alien. My suaba. Okay, my suaba. Sounds like some kind of fucked up loofah. I don't know. He's speaking alien. We don't know. We just follow him and zap some dudes. Alright, let's try this again. See, even though the Genesis is a 7.68 megahertz processor, it's still, yeah. It still has slowdown issues. Not as much as the Super Nintendo. Oh boy. The Super Nintendo had some... Am I out of ammo? I never had that happen. Shit. Well, this is going off to a rough start. I'm actually getting my ass kicked on the second stage. That's unheard of. Okay, well, let's try this again. I fucked up, I'm sorry. Again, no excuse, I know, no excuse. And boom. Shut up. When you've seen this a lot of the times as I have seen it, you get kind of sick of hearing, my suba. Alright, this time I'm not going to charge my gun as well, or at least as much. I'm just going to play it stupid. Come on. Alright, now, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and show you this. This will allow you to see what kind of world you're in. Like I said, this is CG, before CG was a mainstay in the gaming industry. Of course, other games did this before, like Ninja Gaiden, but they did it in a more cinematic approach. This does it in the more presentational approach. Thus, so you can actually see and kind of get an idea of what our duder is doing in this motherfucker. Got it. Okay. Yeah, that part you have to be fast. I don't understand it, because in the SNES version, you can take your time and, well, you can't take your time too much, but you know what I mean? You don't have to really waste a bunch of your time trying to shoot the fucker. I mean, you can just see how, okay, see here I go speaking out of line again, just speaking. See how I was running slow, though? It shouldn't. The Genesis was, what, 7.68 megahertz, I think, the processing power. Why the hell does it have slowdown? There should be no excuse. Okay, and I died. Damn it. This you have to really, really guess before moving. And be careful here. I wish there was a turbo that you could use when doing this part. Now we get to the charging of the gun. Finally. And I apologize for the crudeness of the audio. Genesis didn't always sound this bad. Play games like Streets of Rage, and you'll understand what I mean. We're going to charge our gun again, just for the shits and giggles. And now we're going to run. Wait a minute. I was pressing the wrong button to run. I was pressing A. Okay, I'm used to the Super Nintendo version. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the hardest part of the game, right here. I'm not kidding. This is hard as fuck. I don't know why, but they made it that way. I will do my best to make it not... I'll basically try not to die. It's easier said than done, though, believe me. This part coming up. There we go. Now we'll get next through these couple screens. We'll be at the next checkpoint and home free. Okay, so far so good. Now, if you played the SNES version, this part is horribly slow. It's almost to the point where you think your SNES is literally dying. I'm not kidding. Okay, here we go. And that's my checkpoint, so if I die, I'll check back there. And you know what? That's one of the first times I've actually done it without dying. Because sometimes I get a little carried away. Now, this part, I may die. Nope. Alright, score! Good beans. Okay. I didn't die. Yay! Okay. Now we just gotta take our time, You son of a bitch. Okay. Deep breaths. Okay. For the motherland! Okay. Now, here's an interesting part. You wouldn't know what the fuck to do unless you were either smart, like brain genius smart, or just a person that just didn't have any idea and just found it by accident. But here, you shoot the bird. Or what I guess what this place calls a bird. You gotta wait for it to get caught up there. See, you wouldn't know that unless you were really smart, or there was some kind of guide you were following. I did not know how the fuck to figure that out. My life depended on it back when I was a kid. I was like, how the fuck? And then I'm like, oh, I get it now. Okay. And you know what? Ironically, when my dog actually ripped up my guide, yeah, this stage was the last part of it, and I actually had to figure out the game myself from that point on. Okay, now this part, I may die. but that's okay. The checkpoint, check! That was gay, that was retarded, that was moronic, yes. But that's okay. We can do this. Yeah, that was pretty retarded. I apologize about that. Like I said, I'm not the greatest of gamers, but I do like to play once in a while. Alright. Now this part, you basically blow a hole into this and you run like hell. Come on, we're almost there. Now if I can get past, do this last jump here, yes! And we're home free. Yay! Alright. Now we can continue on with the brain-inducing hemorrhaging of the challenges that appear before me. Trust me, there's a couple hard parts that are coming up. But one of the funniest parts in video game history is coming up, and I can't wait to show that. Now, if you were playing the SNES version, if you were playing that, right, you would have to wait at least 30 seconds or close to that amount to wait for the next screen to load. I'm not kidding. Play the SNES version. In fact, it has a loading clock in the fucking game. I'm not kidding. That's why I always prefer this version. Yeah, this game is kind of ridiculous in terms of the challenges, but it's a lot of fun, and, you know, for nostalgic purposes, it's one of my favorites. Okay. Oh, shit. Well, he's initiating a gun battle. Shit! Damn it. Okay. Moving along. That was stupid of me. I shouldn't have shot at him. I was trying to shoot down the fucking chandelier and then proceed forward like you were supposed to. That was retarded. Next. Alright, let's do it right this time. And there we go. See, that's the proper way to do it. Okay. Now, the funniest part of gaming history. Or one of the funniest. What do you do when an alien punches you in the face and knocks you down? Do what any other sensible person would do. Kick him in the balls. And then James Bond it and shoot his ass. There you go. That's how it's done. Now this right here is actually a pretty intense gunfight, but I will try my best not to get myself murdered. If I can just charge my gun. There we go. There we go. Okay. Now remember how earlier we had to shoot the fucking little sensor? We gotta basically do that part again. Difference is now is you can actually drown here, and fuck that shit. There's a way to bypass that though. If you swim up here, there's an air pocket, you know? So you get yourself some air, and then you go back down, all the way down, and then you go to the right, and then you get to your next problem. Fucking those stupid floor traps. They're a pain in the dick. I hate them motherfuckers. I'm just glad there's not many of them anymore after this part. Okay. Deep breaths. Yeah! Okay. Now, before you continue on this part, you better get some air, because if you don't, then you will die. Now, I don't understand why this version, it's slow on the swimming part. It shouldn't. I just don't understand how something that's 3.58 megahertz can handle the swimming part actually rather decent, but for a 7.68 megahertz processor, it can't handle it? I don't know. Maybe it could be Virgin Games, it could be Delphine Software, whoever was responsible for porting this game to those particular platforms. Who the fuck knows? That may have something to do with it, but I'm not going to waste any precious brain energy to try to figure that shit out. Okay, now we get to go to the next funny part of the game. Alright. Now this part's a little tricky. You gotta go ahead and you have to plant a shield here. And you walk forward. Make sure he throws 2. Back up real quick. And boom, he'll go. Kablooey. Okay, now we get to refill our gun again. See, the thing is, I never even seen you run out of ammo near the end of the game, so I don't understand why that is. Why you have to recharge it. Okay, this part's a little interesting. You gotta wait for the dude to stand in the middle of the bulbs, and then you shoot it, and it'll land on him and kill him. Make the funniest scream ever. I didn't even hear it, so maybe this version I don't know. I'll have to rewatch the stream after it's done. Okay, and that guy should be dead, and we should be able to continue on. And we'll be like that 3rd level though, the cavern, is actually one of the longest. See, he's dead. Longest levels in gaming history. Now this part sucks. Do not jump after you blow a hole in this side here. If you jump, you will get hit by the lasers. I won't show you because I don't want to die. I already died too many times as it is. Then you get into a semi-gunfight, but you don't fight. You just make shields. Okay, that was retarded. Alright, let's try this again. Alright, let's try to do that and this time not get shot. And it is possible, believe me. Well, obviously, yeah, because it was a game that was released back in the good old days. Okay, now this time we're going to do it right. Basically, what's going to happen, if you can see above me, there's like a little latch there. Your good old buddy is going to come out of there and basically take you to safety. See, and he's like, sup? Laters. And that's it for that stage. Now comes the most bullshit gunfight I think I've ever witnessed in a video game after this particular part, of course. And I don't know why that part runs so slow. Anyways, let's not worry about that now. And I think, shit. Yeah, you're gonna see it probably a few times where I die here on the unfortunate side of things, but why does that part run so damn slow? Seriously, it's like running at 2 frames a second, if. Okay. Now I gotta wait for my buddy, because my buddy's gonna help me to the next part of the game. Now I gotta wait for him to get to the cliff. He'll be like, come over here! And then... I mean, seriously, would you trust a friend to do that? I'd be like, fuck you, dude, you are not throwing me off a fucking cliff. Now, this part sucks. I hate this part. I hate this part with a passion. I die a lot here. It's all luck at this particular part right here. Come on, come on, come on. Yes! Alright. I lucked out a lot this time. I never had it this easy. Okay, now we're at our next checkpoint. Actually, I gotta do this first. Over here, there's like a sensor, right? You don't see it, though. But trust me, there is a sensor. I And wait for the door to open. Okay, I think I got it. We'll find out soon enough. Okay. We're going to go ahead and make a couple shields. About 4 of them should do it. Okay. Wait for him to drop about 5 of those bad boys. Put a hole in his head. That's enough. Now we gotta beat this douchebag. Yeah, I did it because that's what that's the sensor that disables that door. It'll give you time to make a couple shields so you can make blow up that dude. There we go. Shoot this sensor. Bam. Yeah, this version's a lot different from the Super Nintendo one. Oh, now this next part really sucks. Wow, these colors are trippy. I wonder if that is actually the way it's supposed to look, or is that the emulator? Okay, this part's tricky, though. Because it's going to go all dark, they're going to shoot at you. And then it, well... There, you see it now. Okay, tiptoe, we jump over here. Hit this latch. Okay, now this is another part you can't jump. Do not jump on this part because you will die. You just gotta keep running until you get to the very end. We're near the end of the game. We only got about 2 stages left, if you want to consider them that. This game has an odd way of telling you what stages are and what aren't. Now Lester tries, that's his name, Lester. He tries to do the same thing that your friend does. So you go up. Now, here's a part that's stupid. They want you to figure this out, and it's not that hard, but if you're like, say, 8, 9 years old, then it's fucking bullshit. Awesome loading time. I like the victory. Watch this. Yeah! That happens on the right side of the screen if you missed it. Okay, basically you push this button, then this button, then this button, then you push 4 of these buttons. See that flashy button? Come on. And then there you go. Don't ask me how I know that. It's just trial and error. Like I said, this whole game is filled with it. Alright, now we're at the final part of the game. Pretty simple, really. It's just a big old gunfight. Just make about 4 or 5 shields, because you're going to have to fight 4 of these bad boys. After you take out this dude, it's best to make another shield. Or a couple. A shield or 2. Slow. See, let's run it. Okay, I think I'm fucked here. Yeah. Damn it. Okay. I think if I ever were to do this stream again, I would definitely do the DOS version, because it doesn't have this amount of slowdown. Come on. Fucking slow down. Ugh, it's annoying. That's your biggest enemy in this part of this game. No joke. Is the fucking slowdown. It's fucking terrible. Oh yeah. Don't jump there either. I forgot to mention that. This is embarrassing. Alright, let's try this again. Concentration mode has turned on. That's why I get quiet. When I'm trying to concentrate, I get quiet. Come on, charge, you fucker. Alright, one more of those fuckers and we're done. Well, there's still one last part we gotta worry about, but it's nothing. You'll see it. Okay. Now, you may think that's your buddy, but, well, you learn. About right here. Oh, and the way he is, because, okay, if he's the enemy, why does he save you? You know, you could have fell to your death. But instead, he just throws you on the ground and then goes up to you and kicks you right in the face. That's the funniest sound ever. Why did he do that? You know, it boggles me. Why did he save you if he wanted to kill you anyway? I guess he wanted the satisfaction of stealing your breath away himself? I don't know, there's a lot of reasons behind it that I just don't know and never looked really into. Okay. This is basically the finale right here. We have reached the end of the game. This is the ending. One of the worst endings I think I've seen in video game history. Now, I don't understand this ending. Does Lester die? I mean, he collapses, obviously. You can see he's barely moving. So does he die? Well, you'll see in a minute. He'll stop. Yeah, see, he collapsed. And then his alien friend picks him up. And then the dragon takes off. And then that's it. There's no conclusion here. Does he die? And the thing is Eric Chahi did not make the sequel. In fact, it's people that worked under him that made the sequel. He did make some of the designs for the game, but he didn't want to make a sequel for it. He thought that was the end of Lester's adventures. Listen here, Eric Chahi, if you ever were to watch this stream, which I doubt, I very highly doubt it. If you make a game and you conclude it, make sure you have a fucking conclusion, okay? Do not make a game that just leaves it an open ending like that. It pissed off people who liked Sopranos, it pissed off people who liked Elf, because we didn't get a finale until later for either or. We found out Tony didn't die recently, which I think is a load of shit, and Elf got his own TV movie called Project Elf. So if that was going to be your conclusion, fuckface, you should have made a conclusion to actually make the story. Where does he go with his friend? Now go out of this world. What's that supposed to mean? Anyways, there was a sequel made for the Sega CD called Heart of the Alien, and this game is included in there. I have never played it because I heard it's not a true sequel. It's just a sequel made by fans who probably felt the same way. Not fans, sorry. People under Eric Chahi, because I think they found it to be non-conclusive, kind of like how I feel about this game, and it's considered a masterpiece by many. Now, here's my question. Okay, if anyone can answer it, you can find me on YouTube, find me anywhere. Answer it for me, please. See, his name's Lester. Here's the story. If you want to read it, go ahead. Answer this for me, please. Why the fuck is this non-conclusive? Please, what? Is there something I'm not seeing? I see the alien pick up his friend Lester, and they ride off into the sunset. That's fine and dandy. That's all well and good. But here's my question. What the fuck is the conclusion? Was Eric Chahi really serious when he wasn't going to make a sequel on his own damn right? And the sequel was bullshit. Spoiler, in 3, 2, 1, Lester dies. So this whole thing that happened in the first game is absolutely fucking pointless. Not only that, Are the Alien was not made by Eric Chahi, so you did, or Chahi, whatever. I don't know how you pronounce his name. I really don't. I may be stupid. I don't know. When it comes to that, so I guess in conclusion, I grew up with this game, the Super Nintendo version especially. I rented it when it first came out at Skip's Video in Michigan, and I loved it. I loved that action platform music going on for it, but it doesn't hold that same feeling that it once gave. You know what I mean? Like it once gave me when I was young. So, well, I still like to play from time to time. It's not a bad game. It's actually quite well. But it is what it is. We'll just leave it at that. So, anyways, I only had one person watch the stream for a little while, and that was it. I'll go ahead and make this a highlight, so if anyone ever wants to watch this stream, I want to keep it on here. It's not all that entertainment, it's more informative than entertaining, so we'll just leave it at that. Anyways, I will make some more streams more often on my channel. Also, I'm going to do some streams exclusive to the Clusterfuck channel, because I want to help them guys out, and I also like being part of the Clusterfuck team. That's just how I roll. Anyways, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut this stream short, and maybe I'll start another. I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and shut this off. Anyways, you guys have a great night. I hope you enjoyed watching. Take care of yourselves, and if you could explain this shit to me, I would appreciate it. Y'all have a good night.